Hello everyone, this is Chris. Welcome back to day 17 of Inktober. Today's prompt is Storm. When I thought about Storm, I thought about lightning. When I thought about lightning, I thought about Pikachu. So here's a very flashy drawing of Pikachu and this sort of negative effect. Now this is the second drawing of Pokemon that I've done for Inktober 2020. And I've talked about Pokemon before, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about it right now. And again, these discussions are completely random, and sometimes they're on topic, sometimes they're not. You know, I just like talking over these. It adds a little bit more interest to the video rather than just this drawing. You get to hear a little bit about my thoughts and get to know me a little better. Now, even as a kid, I've never been a huge Pikachu fan. I mean, the design is cool, I just didn't care for Pikachu much. Maybe it had to do with the fact that Pikachu is such a poster child, and maybe it's because Pikachu is one of the main characters of the show, second to Ash, that I've seen Pikachu so many times. I'm just desensitized, and it's very cute. I love the way it looks. I also just miss the old chubby design from the original like Pocket Monsters, the old school Pokemon games. There's something about that nice little like round chubby rat design. That's here nor there. I really like that Pokemon Yellow allows Pikachu to follow behind you. Something about it seems so simple yet innovative from the other Pokemon games. That when they brought it back in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, it was a real treat. Now if I had to pick what some of my favorite Pokemon or the exact Pokemon team that I would like to have, this is going off of like the games where you can carry 6 with you. Obviously I'd love to have a ton more Pokemon, but we'll just go off of game rules where you can only carry 6 with you. What are the 6 ace Pokemon that I would love to carry? Number 1 would have to be Gengar, 2 Scizor, 3 Tyranitar, 4 Mimikyu. Right now I would have to say that number 5 is probably Scolipede, although it could also be 6. I have to go with a legendary, and I think honestly, I think I have to go with Mewtwo. It might seem really generic, but Mewtwo has always been one of my favorites. It's just, every time Mewtwo shows up, it's just so badass. It really seems like a lot of these new Pokemon games get bashed a lot, and I don't know if they're well deserved of it. And I don't know if they're gonna improve after this. I can only cross my fingers and hope that the quality of a lot of these games really increases. You know, there was a certain polish that some of the older games had, especially around the DS era. It seemed like that was a real golden moment for them. As innovative as the original Game Boy games were, I think the DS games were the pinnacle of this 2D Pokemon aesthetic. Whereas now where they're a little bit more 3D, it almost feels like some of the 3D models have less character than some of the sprite models did. And even though they have more movement, something about them seems static, even with their movement, and just the way that, in the same way that some amazing 2D art might look on a poster all flashy, maybe cartoony or anime-like, when it's brought into or rendered into this semi-realistic aesthetic, it loses some of the flair that was given off with its original concept. Which is why I think, you know, the Pokemon look best in the anime form, and sometimes get a little weird and uncanny when they become 3D. With Detective Pikachu, they did this weird hybrid where it's realistic textures and realistic aesthetics to the Pokemon while still remaining the form of the original anime and video game modeled Pokemon. So there was something strange about some of those that looked super uncanny in that movie. And the CGI wasn't all the way perfect on some of it either. Pikachu looked great. I would have to say Pikachu probably looked the best. There's a lot of cool background Pokemon in that movie that looked really good as well. Mr. Mime was terrifying. I fucking hated seeing Mr. Mime. It was a pretty hilarious scene, but that thing was nightmare fuel. So a little bit about this drawing. I tried to go for this kind of negative effect with Pikachu. I didn't just want to make this line art and then have to shade lightning, because that seems kind of weird. But also, if I just leave the lines, the drawing will look too flat. So I made everything that wasn't the lightning black. And then this sort of, I try to give Pikachu a sort of reflective lightning shine to him. Anyways, everyone, that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed this inking of Pikachu. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the rest of the Inktober 2020 playlist. And I'll see you all on day 18. Have a great rest of your day.